Hello, everyone. I am Paula Abdul, Sutton Senior. And forgive me for right now. I'm trying to do the best I can to adjust my crown. Okay? And this is a supreme crown. It is what it is, a supreme. Okay? For America's fabulous faces is a pageant that is right here in the United States of America. Whether it's a Miss America, a Miss USA, a Dream Girl USA. Woo, these crowns is heavy. Ugh. Especially without hair. But I'm making this tutorial here. Woo! It's hard to hold them on without hair. Very good. I got to hold on to it a little bit. Okay. But I'm making this video not as a makeup tutorial today, but to get an idea of how I went from ordinary girl, just like this, and to getting into participating in pageants and telling that story, all the way into how I got to a supreme title and how I got those supreme titles. This video is going to explain how that happened from my words and how it took place. From an ordinary princess to a queen, to a supreme, to a diamond queen. How did that happen? Okay, I could start one of these stories like Once Upon a Time. Okay, like you see in Walt Disney. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start the story like this. There once was a young girl who lived in South Central Los Angeles who had a dream to strive for excellence in music, entertainment, movies, and in the film and cinema industry. I had that dream since I was 2 years old. Was it because my mother put it in my mind that I had to do it? Was it because my father put it in my mind that I had to do it? Or was it because no one in my family, none of my brothers and my sisters, my cousins, nobody told me that I had to do it? It was just a dream that I had and something I wanted to do. All my life, I have sung. All my life, I have held microphones in my hand from as long as I can remember. Okay, ever remember, not ever singing. I've been singing ever since I was a child, ever since I was born. No one taught me how to sing. Nobody gave me vocal training and vocal teaching of how to be able to sing and vocal training until I got to be like way into my 30s, going into my 40s. But other than that, I sung and I did it all through the power of God and through his anointing. It was done like that. Okay. It was a gift that God gave me naturally to be able to sing. And so I did it. Okay. I sung in a lot of different choirs. As a child, my very first choir I sung in was in a Church of God in Christ. Okay. And it started at about 2 or 3 years old. Okay. I sung with the children's choir, and I kept doing it until about 9, 10 years old. Okay. I sung in the children's choir for Miracle Revival Fellowship Church. My grandmother, she was a minister. On my father's side, she was a preacher, she was a minister, so I sung at her church, and she was a pastor of that church in Los Angeles, California. That church was over on 42nd in Hoover before she moved the church to 69th and Broadway. Okay, and then she moved the church down the street from it to 62nd and Broadway. But I was a part of that church ministry for a very long time. It was Miracle Revival Fellowship Church. And then it became Garden Center Youth Outreach. And I sung with their children's choir until I got too old to sing in their children's choir. And then I got into the youth choir. And youth choir was from the ages of 12 to 17. I was also a choir director as well as the drummer in that choir. I also played drums, and I was also a choir director. So I was a singer for a very long time. In between that time, I would travel with other choirs as well. From the age of 15 to 17, they had choirs that was studio choirs and show choirs. It was in Los Angeles, California. And one of those choirs was called Terry Reed and the Vessels of Christ. The church was founded at over on Vermont and Slauson. It was called California and Holiness Tabernacle. And it was not too far from Vermont and Slauson on 54th Street. Okay. It was also a hair company there. There was a beautician company there. I used to get my hair done there quite often as a young girl. It was called Nephrodite. Okay. And my hairstylist, her name was Breezy. She was also a drummer for Miracle Revival Fellowship Church for the choir. But I wasn't discovered with Terry Reed and the Vessels of Christ, but I did a lot of traveling throughout the South with them. And I also worked doing a lot of pageants and stuff with them as well. And so how I got into pageantry was at the age of 15 years old. Really a whole lot younger, really, because I was still doing a lot of traveling with them. Okay, you feel me? And but I got my big break as far as getting my very first sash for Miss New York as a representation for them. I got my very first sash from Terry and Vessels of Christ and their particular pageant. My very first representatives for me was coming out the state of New York. A lot of my gowns, a lot of my everything that I wore, that I modeled on stage in pageantry was it was a young woman. Her mother came from New York, and they created a lot of my costumes and everything. And so I was a representative, and they was also my sponsors too. But they was coming out of the state of New York. Even though they moved to Los Angeles, they came out the state of New York. So I had my very first national sash for the state of New York at the age of 15. Before then, I was just doing modeling and doing some little pageants and doing some little preliminaries. I got a few princess titles and a few alternates here and there. And that started in 1984. Okay. But by 1987, 1988, I had got seriously deeply into doing a lot of pageantry as well. Not only just singing and just playing instruments. Okay. You feel me? So in between that time, before I was doing all of this pageantry and doing all of this singing and music and stuff. Okay. I was also doing dance, basketball, and cheer dance at John Muir Junior High. I also did it at 6, 7, 8, 9 at 6th Avenue Elementary School, 68th Street School Elementary School. And I continued on doing dance, cheer, and with many different cheerleading teams and dance teams, okay, as well. um, until adulthood. That continued. Okay, but my very first dance team and cheerleading team and drill team that I ever was auditioned for and became a part of that team was at 6th Avenue School. That was the very first one. And I auditioned in the summer for that school, and I was on that drill team for a very short time, not that long, only in the summertime. For a couple of summers. And I was with their dance team. And we would dance off a lot of stuff that was, a lot of the music was off Tina Marie. I did a lot of dance, and we did a lot of dance numbers off Tina Marie's, a lot of her songs on her album. One of the most famous songs I danced off of was Square Beds by Tina Marie. But, and that was other girls that was on that dance team too. That was a long time ago. I was about 8 or 9, 10 years old. But I moved on, and my dad's career started at 3. My singing career started at 2. 3 is when I started getting my ballet classes, when I started getting my tap dance and jazz and modern dance, all this choreography and everything that you see me doing now. That started way, way, way extremely young. Okay. Once I got to the point where I could be able to hold my own and do my own dance solos and do my own thing, then I started trying out for a few drill teams for older girls that's between the ages of 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And those drill teams that I tried out for, and dance teams that I tried out, and cheer teams, and whatever, some other cheerleading teams too, was at John Muir Junior High School. I also tried out for some in manual arts. And I tried out for others for park teams and LA parks and recreations as well. So it wasn't only just school teams. It was also LA parks and recreations. And then some other dance teams that I tried out for that even had anything to do with parks or schools. They were just their own little all-star cheerleading teams that was with gyms, and they're promoted by different gyms and gymnasiums and stuff like that. So as I got into doing all this cheer dance and singing and acting, and I also played piano and guitar and drums and other different instruments and stuff like that throughout my life, I eventually winded up working my way, like I said, to pageants. Okay, and I was chosen to be their Miss New York, to walk the stage for Terry the Vessels of Christ at the Cockatoo Lounge in Hawthorne, California, is where that pageant was held. Although I did not go to the top 5, although I didn't go to the top 5, I went to the top 10 for that particular pageant, and I did pretty good. That was my very first pageant that I actually really had judges that was there, and it was a wonderful experience. Although I can't remember everything, I remember that they had a lot of different categories for you to compete in, whether it was beauty, swimwear, sportswear. They had outfitted choices, they had talent, and several other different types of things that they wanted to model, like patriotic wear and national wear or whatever. So that was, as I completely finished that task, and I traveled on tour with Terry the Vessels of Christ throughout Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, some other different places where a lot of the choirs and stuff, and studio choirs and stuff, would travel and sing. I did that for a couple of summers. It was only in the summertime. Rehearsed with them throughout the spring, and sometimes the fall, and a little bit of the late fall and winter, and we would also travel. So when I wasn't with my church home and one with Garden City Youth Outreach with my grandmother, Pastor Lucille Harrison, then I was taking and I was traveling with them. Okay, so I had that choir I worked with as a choir director, and I also would travel with a studio choir, or they say a show choir. Okay, and I think Terry's Investor Christ was one of the first studio choirs and Christian gospel show choirs that was in the Holiness Church. So I started singing, and my career started pretty much in Pentecostal and holiness and gospel music, just like Katy Perry as well. And Whitney Houston, so many great soulful singers started singing, most of them in the church. That's where they got their first vocal trainings from. My vocal training started at like just singing with the children's choir, and whatever the choir director would be helping us sing or teaching us to sing, having the words to say, that we sung that. But I was always singing before the choir director even, before I tried out and even got in the choir. Okay, so it was a sunshine band. It was a little kids choir between the age of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 8. After you got about 8 or 9 years old, they wanted you to eventually graduate up into the junior choir. You was a preteen. Then eventually they wanted you to eventually try out for the other choir that was in between. You could stay in that choir to 11 if you chose to, but eventually they want you to make a graduation to the youth choir. The youth choir was from the age of 12 to 17. And it was a couple of kids that was in there. It was 18, but that was the youth choir, and that was hoping that you would make a transition to that choir. Okay, so from that position, singing with Terry Reed Investor Christ, a singer with Garden City Youth Outreach, I got a lot of experience in playing instruments, playing the tambourine, playing drums, playing all kind of different instruments and stuff like that. And this is also where I took a lot of my talent to sing and perform like I do now today. Although I didn't take any dance choreography, working with Terry Reed Investors of Christ, because they wasn't a dance organization, but they were a choir. So I sung with them as well. I wasn't a minister at that time. I wasn't a preacher or not like that. I was just, like who haven't sung, if you just have a dream to sing, sung with some choir or youth choir or some type of rock camp, a youth group, a spiritual youth group or something like that. Help, motivate you to become a great singer, hopefully in the future. But everyone have done that. Okay. I mean, most people that was in the inner city, especially if they lived in Los Angeles or South Central LA, went to, they learned how to sing or do a lot of the singing and vocal training that they had, singing with the choirs. Most of the time their parents wanted them to sing with the choirs, until they got old enough to be able to hold their own and have their own singing career, be able to sing and do their own thing. When you get old enough to be able to sing and hold your own, do your own thing, then you're old enough to be responsible to have a career working as a musician or working as a singer or performer. Then you can go ahead on and become a professional recorded artist if that's what you choose to do. If you, get old enough and you mature enough to sing and make your own records and do your own thing. Okay? Not for children. It's like only 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. What in the world would they know how to do? And how would they know how to be professional enough to be able to hold their own in the music industry, and be mature enough to know what come with that territory? Okay, so when an individual is old enough, then they can branch out on their own and do their own thing. At 16 years old, though, okay, I start making demo tapes, and I started writing songs and making records and looking for record companies to be able to help me be able to put out a few recordings and some music. I didn't know just exactly where it was going to go, but I knew that something good was going to come out of it. Okay, I didn't know it was going to blow up the way it did. Okay, I mean, but music is music. But my very first demo tape, I didn't do a lot of songwriting or anything like that. I just want to prove to Tim that I can sing. So I sung a theme song from the Vessels of Christ, and then I sung a couple of gospel songs on the demo, and I sent that to Capitol Records America. If you don't know what that is, it's 1750 North Vine, Capitol Records, Hollywood, California 90028, I believe. Okay, and so I went there. And I started with them first. I sent in a record, I sent in a tape, and I sent in some music, and I also sent in a letter finding out how I can improve myself as a musician and how I can get a record deal. Okay, and it started there in the summer of 1987. After I came off tour with Terry Reed Investors of Christ, this was like late August, September, going into that part. By the time October of 1987 had passed, I had already sent Capitol Records and Virgin Records maybe a few demo tapes. But mainly Capitol Records, Virgin Records America. Capitol Records, Virgin Records America found Virgin Records, okay, and they A&R and let them listen to my vocal first. To see if they wanted to sign me as a recorded artist. I had not did a lot of songwriting yet. I just only did a vocal, and I found an old tape that I had, and I just taped over it. and I use my own tape recorder, and I only take my voice first, and I allow them to be able to see if they want to use me as a vocal performer. Little did I know that I was the very first female vocal performer that was going to come out of that company, Virgin Records America. I didn't know that. Okay. As far as vocals is concerned. Okay. Then as I started to write and to write songs and start to be able to put out the songs that I was putting out, I started out with my musical diary that I had. I had a diary. And when I took that diary, I wrote songs in it. Okay. And just like people would sit there and write poems, I wrote poems. But instead of just writing ordinary poems, everything that I did within that day that I wrote down in that diary, I made a poem out of it. Okay. And while I was writing all of these poems, and I would write in my diary, I would write these poems of things that happened within my day. Okay. I just put it to poetry. So every day I would write, every day it would be a new poem of what I did. I just put it in a song. I call it a song diary. Okay, with poetry and all this stuff like that. So Forever Your Girl was one of those songs, and one of those groups of songs, 10 of those songs that came out of that song diary. Pretty much every song that I put out came out of that song diary. Okay, so I just played my tambourines, vocaling, made a little music, played on my little drums, played my little piano at home, made a little song, just have a little choir solo moment at home. And every time I would take it, I would make songs and sing those songs. I would take those songs and I would put them on a tape and use my tape recorder, and I would record everything that I did that day. So it wasn't just a song session. It wasn't just me taking and playing the piano and singing, or playing my tambourine, or playing on my little drums or congos or bongos or whatever little instruments that I had. And I had a little guitar too, and I would also do that as well. Okay, and play the song that I had from on my guitar, and I would sing these songs. These is where your songs that's coming off Forever Your Girl, that's coming from Spellbound, that's coming from Head Over Heels, and any other songs that you see that was made from the 1980s all the way through the 1990s. This is how the songs came to be. Okay. Then after I took and did what I needed to do to be able to create the songs and the demos, then I would release those songs after I had them copyrighted, and after I had ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and so many others, Library of Congress and stuff, had my songs copyrighted and sent them to professionals to make sure that they knew that I was the ones who created those songs. I sent those songs to Capitol Records, and Capitol Records released the songs, the NR, to Virgin Records America at 333 North Vine, Foothill Drive, in Beverly Hills, California. Okay, that's a 90210 area code. And so by doing that, it was some music that came out of that. This is the true story of how Paula Abdul came into being. Okay, this is how the vocals, the music started. Okay, I'm not talking about how all the other people got involved, and then some people said they did these vocals, and somebody else said they did these vocals, and they did this background, and they did that background, and then people start messing around and adding all these other different choreographers into the business that had nothing to do with it, but still yet they want to be a part of the music and the album and whatever, so they did their little thing too. Okay, and and I'm acknowledged in them. I'm not saying that Jan Jackson and Paula Abdul and some and Jackson and them, they get involved too, and that's all great. That's all wonderful. I mean, there's a lot of people motivated by the music. They liked it, and they want to do something with it. And a few other artists have sung some of the songs that I wrote too, and that's all good. I ain't mad at nobody, I ain't trying to sue nobody. Okay, but the situation was that's how it took and it sprung off. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And ever since then, I've still been singing and doing and, doing this music thing. Okay. How the pageantry thing came into being, okay, is I was still doing that in concerts, carnivals, pageants, wherever I can hold a little concert, wherever I can do a little live show, wherever it was, whether it was a school, auditorium, a college, auditorium, wherever I could be able to sing and perform, it didn't make no difference. Okay, I got up on stage and I sung wherever I could. Okay, I didn't make my way to Las Vegas right then. Okay, because I was still in the process of trying to get all of that music and performances and stuff done. So I traveled, I toured, I did concerts, I even sung at churches. Okay, I didn't have no respect to person. I respected one where I sung and where I did and what instruments I played. I had pastors and ministers with deliverance services. I did stay in the church still too and everything, and still in there to this day. But I did my thing. Okay, I worked as a background singer if I needed to do that. Okay, I work with other choirs and some with other choirs if I need to do that. Okay, with different college choirs and what they call philharmonic choirs, college chorales, and college choirs mixed in with college chorales and all of that. I did all of that stuff with Los Angeles City College, with so many other different University of Southern California, with they particular colleges and they singing groups and stuff that was there at their churches, Methodist, Episcopalian churches, United Methodist, Episcopalian Church, Presbyterian, all of that. Okay, I did that. So with every type of choir there was. Okay, whether it was Catholic, Lutheran, Episcopalian, Baptist, everybody. Okay. I have sung with they choirs, okay, as far as whether they were spiritual or whether they wasn't, okay. I done sung with whoever asked me to sing with them, okay. So no, I didn't just only have a solo career, just only making records and just singing only by myself. I also have collaborated with different groups and schools and churches and colleges and the like, okay, in order to be able to sing and do some music. Okay, I also did church convocations and stuff with New Testament Reformation and some of those preachers, some of those pastors. Okay, my mother was evangelist Dina Feliciano, and they also know her. Okay, so Paula Abdul have a history. Okay, a real history, a real background, a real life that went along with the music. It wasn't just only just the basketball teams. And I know people talk about the basketball teams. They talk about the John Muir Cougars and they talk about the Laker girls and they talk about all of these other basketball teams and everything that I cheered with or I did dance cheer with, but they forget about the other part of the life. Okay. It's more to me than just only dance cheer. Okay. And that's all great. Yes, with the football team, with the basketball team, that's all wonderful. That's all great. But it's more to Paula Abdul as a human being than just only the Laker girls. Okay, so that's all wonderful, and that was a journey that I took down through the years as working with all these dance teams and cheerleading teams and cheer dance teams throughout my life, and all-star cheerleading dance teams as well. Okay, and I remember a few here and there. I'm not denying that I work with them because I work with a lot of dance teams, a lot of basketball team cheer teams, a lot of football team cheer teams down through the years. Okay. You feel me? And I might eventually go back and start working with them again. But right now, we talk about this pageantry thing. How I wind up with these crowns is very interesting. From that Miss New York title that I took, and then other little pageants that I did in between that time. In between the ages of 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, I was still doing pageants. Every now and then on the weekend, I would catch a few pageants if I wasn't performing, if I wasn't touring, if I wasn't doing a carnival, if I wasn't doing a concert at a county fair like San Joaquin County Fair or LA County Fair or some other different places, and carnivals. I did those and a few little circuses the same now and then. I done sung at a few circuses too. Okay. Wherever I got a job to sing and perform and entertain, that's what I did. Okay, no matter whether it was in California, whether it was in Mississippi, Washington, Oregon, Arizona, Georgia, Florida, I don't care what state it was, what country I went, okay, and I participated in that particular situation. Okay, how I became a diamond queen was doing all of these things in between all of that. That's how that happened. Okay, all of that stuff happened in between that. Okay, so why I'm making this video is to get a little breakdown of how these sashes and crowns start to happen. Because in order for me to be able to get a supreme title, I want you to listen to me and understand what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? It didn't come just because of my beauty or good looks. Okay? It was some work that had to go into that. Okay? To get bumped up to high titles. Okay? In order for me to do that, to go from princess to queen to supremes, okay, and all of those other grand supremes, megas, and whatever, grand title supremes, all of those other different titles, it took a little work. Okay? The work came in looking out for myself. I couldn't wait for nobody to do no hair. Okay? If I needed to have a hairstyle, I couldn't wait for some major beautician to do the work. Because I had to travel on the weekends. Even sometime when I was in the process of going to school, studying to be a professional vocal performer at Los Angeles City College and LA Trade Tech, Delta College in San Joaquin County when I lived in Stockton, California. Even during that time, I was still taking and having to do this stuff on my own. I had to order my own hair. I had to buy my own weaves. I had to order my own stuff. Okay, and fix and style and make and create my own hairstyles and whatever I needed to do in order to be able to do this pageant thing, music, singing, song, whatever it was. That required me looking out for me. Okay, I couldn't wait for some beautician to do everything. Sometimes I was in the middle of doing a concert. I couldn't sit up there and wait for some hairstylist to come fix it for me. Paula Abdul. This Paula had to fix it herself. Okay? This is how I got so good at doing this hair and makeup thing. Okay? That's how I got so good at that. Okay? So, no, I wasn't born a hairstylist. Okay? You feel me? I wasn't born a pop star. I wasn't born a rock star. I wasn't born a pageant star. I wasn't born a queen. And I definitely wasn't born a diamond queen. Okay? You feel me? I mean, a diamond queen is a person who just do a whole lot of pageants and do a whole lot of pageantry. And, you know, they just got a whole lot of just collection of hundreds and hundreds of crowns with diamonds and rubies and pearls and whatever it is. Okay. And extreme, you know, beautiful stones. Okay. Like this one I got on my head right here. Okay. Very good. You see what I'm saying? And then other things that go along with it, that goes along with being a queen. But I like to break this stuff down. Okay. Because I think that it's important. Okay. For young people who just think, oh, this person was just very rich or their family was very wealthy, so they had it easy. No, I didn't have it easy. I had to do a lot of this stuff on my own by myself. Okay? If I didn't have a car to be able to get to certain places, I had to learn how to be able to use bus systems. I had to learn how to use the mega bus. I had to learn how to use the LAX and the airports and stuff on my own. I had to learn how to book my own flights. I had to learn how to do a lot of things by myself. Okay, I couldn't sit up there and wait for everybody else to do it all for me. I had to learn how to be efficient enough to wake up in the morning and get to my own pageants, okay, that I had to do, okay? Well, whatever pageant it was with, okay? Whether it was West Coast Fattest Faces, whether it was Miss American Beauty, whether it was California Diversity Pageant, no matter what pageant it was, it didn't matter just exactly which one it was. I done hundreds of different pageants and called Ultimate Dream Face, Ultimate Dream Queen, all of them. Well, if I did have to go into Las Vegas, wherever I had to go, I had to learn how to get my own bus. Okay, and be able to book that bus and be able to pack my own suitcases and pack my own stuff and be able to make it on time and get there. Kids, young people, everybody, people, children of all ages, from the youngest to the oldest, make sure you pack your suitcases efficiently. Okay, pack them efficiently. What I mean is this. Always pack your evening gown or your beauty. You cannot get away with that. That is not an optional in any pageant. Okay? That meaning that you're going to have to model that evening gown. Even if you don't model nothing else, if you just model your evening gown. Even if you don't do outfit of choice, swimwear, or any of those other wears, Western wear, and anything else that they doing. okay, runway model or whatever, you still gonna have to model that evening gown. So pack your evening gown or your little glitz dress or little cupcake dress or whatever that dress is, or pantsuit if it's a pantsuit with a train or whatever it is, whatever you got for beauty. Please pack that. Okay, be responsible. Okay, if you're an individual that's over somebody that's a little younger than you and they a child and they you know the baby can't pack their evening gown, they can't pack their clothes. They have to have the older kids to help them pack efficiently. Okay, pack the things you need to be able to help you with your hair situation, whether it's a flat iron, whether it's a curling iron, whether it's a little wig or wiglet or whatever you feel like that you may need. Okay, why have I been going through this whole summer and through I'm just in the middle of we in autumn now, one in the autumn, one in the fall, and I'm still trying to stress this thing. Pack your wigs, okay? Pack what you need. Hey, I suffer from alopecia. I'm not ashamed to tell nobody that on camera. I don't have a lot of hair, okay? So I have to be able to make do whatever little hair I do have, okay? All right, so. Hey, we already established that many people in the music and entertainment industry, actors, singers, models, performers, wear wigs. Okay? We got that. No problem. Okay? Especially me. Okay? You see what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to let people see what I look like on camera without my wigs on. Some people is, and some people have a personal problem with that. Okay? Paula Abdul don't got no problem with that. I don't have no problem with you seeing me without my wigs and my makeup on. I'm good. I'm cool. Okay, you see me in my natural state, I'm good to go. Okay, without makeup, without liner, eyeliner, nothing, I'm cool. I ain't got no problem with it. Okay, others do. Okay, and they may be maybe a little sensitive and don't want nobody to see what they look like without their makeup on. Okay, that's them. They can do them. Okay, and I'm gonna do mine. And I'm gonna do me. LOL Queen, overall Queen. Okay, Diamond Queen. Those came back to back. You understand what I'm saying? And that's an online pageant. So if she can get an overall queen and a diamond queen on an online pageant, just shooting a video and sending it in to a reputable pageant system like Miss American Beauties or My Royal Crown or some other major pageant system, and she did that with a camera, you can imagine how fierce that she is on stage, just walking the stage and live in front of real judges for real, in the real deal, performing right there on stage for real. Y'all, I already showed you how I get down. I got plenty of videos I downloaded from the online virtual pageant to show what Paula Abdul can do. I already showed you what I can do. Okay, and I did that in a little small tiny space right there in my kitchen. And the pageant stages is way bigger than that. I got way more room. Okay, you feel me? Of course, I couldn't do a lot of like spinning the baton and throwing it up in the air because it hitting my ceiling and stuff in my house. Okay, but I could do a whole lot of more with that baton. I could throw that baton up, catch that baton, spin around, flip, split, everything else with that baton. You feel me? So I had to do whatever I could do within that little small little area where I was at. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? Within this kitchen area, just this very small space here, right here in my house, okay? But I gave you a demonstration of what I'm working with, okay? You feel me? So, because see, I'm not ashamed to be able to show who I am and what I can do. I worked on those pageant routines and mastered them, okay? The Diamond Queen, all eyes on me, because I'm doing the damn thing. They have one in England as well, and that's Queen Elizabeth, okay? I'm not trying to be in no competition with her. She's been doing this stuff way before I was born. Okay? 60, 70, 80 years or more. But hey, these shorts in the United States of America, you looking at one. I ain't the only one. Okay? But I'm definitely one of them. Okay? That's a Diamond Queen. You feel me? Hey, I'm one. Okay? This is my America's Fattest Faces crown right here. Okay? You see that? That's what they're talking about. Okay, rocking it in stones. You feel me? You see that thing right there? That is an extremely high crown. It's big. This ain't no little bitty bitty baby crown. Right here. This ain't a princess. This is a supreme, boo. Supremes and queens. This is what you're rocking with. This is what you're working with. Okay? Now look, check this out. Diamond queen. Can you dig it? You see that? That's real. That ain't made up. That's the real deal right there. Okay? These are what you call kings and supreme crowns. Okay? LOL. You see that? That's the real deal Holyfield right there. You can't make that up. That's not made up. Okay? That's real. Them stones you see right there, that's the real deal. Okay? Those are stones, boo. Okay? That is a queen. But in some patches, it is a supreme. The crown sits extremely high. Okay? That's a supreme. These are what you call princesses. These are princesses right here. Okay? These are what princess crowns look like. They are smaller. Okay? Look at how much taller that queen is. Okay? That's way bigger. That's way bigger. That's way bigger than just that little tiara sitting on your head. Do you see that? Look at the height of that thing. This is a princess. That's a queen. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Always remember that. These are princesses, children. Okay? And young people. Okay? These are what queens crown. When they start getting real high like this, and they start getting heavy on your head, you can barely even bend your head right. It's about to fall off. You got to hold it on. That is what you call a supreme. Okay? And stuff. You feel me? Now look at this. This is a queen. This is a supreme. You feel me? Look at the height. Queen, supreme. Okay? And those crowns can get 20 inches, 30 inches, 40 inches, 50 inches. They can get really, 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 just so tall you can even, it's taller than you. Okay? But that is what you call a supreme title. Okay? That's how that thing went down. Okay? You feel me? So as time goes on, the more pageants that you do, okay, those titles will start to become bigger. They will start bumping you up to higher titles. From these little crowns to these humongous ones like this. Look at this. This thing is so heavy. If I try to bend my head over, like it's tilting. I mean, I got to try to adjust this thing. I mean, it's giving me a headache. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, very good. Because Elizabeth was right about that. Some of these crowns are so heavy and the stones. They're so heavy. If you bend your neck down, you have to lift everything up to read. Because if you don't do what you're supposed to, these things are heavy enough to break your neck. They're heavy. Okay, they're heavy. They're beautiful though. They're beautiful. But remember, diamonds is a girl's best friend. Okay, stones. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it real, whether they real or whether they cosmetic jewelry, whatever. A stone is blinging, boo. That is blinging. That's blinging. That's bling. It's shiny enough. It's blinging enough. Okay, diamond, stone, crystal, whatever you want to call it. Hey, it's a rock, boo, and it's blinging. Okay, it is blinging. So all y'all young people, learn something from this. To go from a ordinary princess to a super girl. I say a supreme. Take work. Okay? Work on your costumes. Work on blinging out your costumes and your dresses and your outfits. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. If you're doing something excellent, continue to keep doing that thing that is excellent. Okay? Because while you doing that, forget what the haters talking about. this is what start happening. Okay? Pageantry work like a sport. Okay? Like a sport. Let's get understanding. If you want to win the medal, just like you do at the Olympics, if you want to win the gold, silver, or bronze, you need to be working on trying to win it. Okay? You feel me? Prince here, Prince out, Prince Smile, whatever it is, it's still a medal, boo. It's a medal. It's a medal, just like in the Olympics. Okay? They put them around athletes' necks. When you're playing football, baseball, basketball, don't get it twisted. You see that red, white, and blue? Those are medals. You hear me? A medal is a medal at the end of the day. Silver, bronze, whatever. That's it. You see that? Look at that. You can get a gold medal for an amazing personality. Okay? I'm going to keep it 100. Hello? Even if you didn't turn a somersault off a beam, you can still get one. You can get a bronze medal for a personality. Understand? I'm going to keep it real. That medal, even if it got a picture on it, it's still a medal. Look, see that? Ding, ding. That's medal. Huh? You can get a bronze, a silver, a gold, just for what? Keep it at 100. Keep it real, kids. These medals, that ain't make-believe. Y'all seen that. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Those are very real, and I have a lot of them. These ain't the only one. I got way more than these. I got hundreds of these. Okay? These are just a few that I just happen to share. Okay? So remember that. Okay? This thing right here, bigger than all of us. Look at that. I'm still going down here. I'm still pulling out medals. Look at this. I'm pulling out more. Yes. Here go more medals. If you don't think that I'm for real, and you think I'm jiving, good God. There goes some more. You see that? Look at all these medals. I'm not playing. This is real. Okay? And I still ain't done. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. There's some more medals. Ooh. Y'all don't hear me. Look at that. Uh-oh, I'm starting to drop some. Watch this. You see them? That is. That's brain. Understand? That's a lot of medals. Okay? And that ain't even half of it. I got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes full of these. Boxes full. Okay? You feel me? You feel me? You can get a gold medal for having best hair. Okay? You can get medals for photogenic. You can get medals for personality. Huh? You can get medals for having a pretty smile. Don't get it twisted. Okay? You feel me? I think that sometimes some people do. Don't do that no more, children. Okay? Know your worth. Okay? Know your worth and realize that you are great and you can be great. And those medals can come and, hey, winning purses and all that stuff, go with it. If they're going to give it to you at a pageant, a bag or a suitcase or whatever it is, when you come off that stage, take your suitcase with you. Take your purse, take whatever they gave you, whatever in there, whether it's makeup, perfume, shampoo, conditioner, beauty products, whatever it is. Hey, you ain't turning down no prizes, okay? You ain't turning down no prizes, you ain't turning down no money. Whatever it is, be appreciative of it. Say thank you for it. Take trophies, take it all. If you earned it or you won it and you got high point or whatever point it is that you got, if you got Supreme, Grand Supreme, Princess, whatever, if they gave you some dolls or some other little prizes and stuff, take them. Be grateful for them. Be grateful for whatever that the pageant had provided to give to you, whether it's, beauty care, perfume, jewelry boxes, whatever it is. Sometimes they give out little prizes and jackpots. Be grateful for them. Say thank you for them. Okay? All right. All right. I'm glad that I established that. And I hope that I helped someone. Okay? This is your LOL Diamond Queen signing off for this part of the video with the LOL surprise online virtual pageant crowns that I have. Just want to show them again. They're going to send some more crowns and sashes too through the mail. These are the ones I got in August. Okay. But hey, that's the announcement. September 19th, they made me a Diamond Queen. Okay. I never had an opportunity to become a Diamond Queen. Okay, all the years I've been doing pageantry from 1987 all the way to now. Okay, and I started modeling in 1984. I started doing pageants 1987, 88, all the way up. It's 2020, and it's been a long time. It's over 30-something years or more. Okay, so that's 37 years of pageantry before I ever got one Diamond Queen. That shows you how difficult it is to get them. Diamond Queens are not easy to get. That's in music, art, television, cinema, film, online, movie star, all of that stuff. That's a Diamond Queen. Not just only modeling and doing pageants and doing stage performances, but doing online and virtual is television, TV, and cinema. Okay? It can happen. All right, kids? Believe in yourself. You could be a Supergirl too. Okay? Supremes and Queens can be won. Don't forget that. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. This is Paula Abdul signing off. God bless you. The Diamond Queen in the United States of America, Los City, right here, Los Angeles, California. Thank you. God bless. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. It was wonderful having that talk with you young people. Okay? I know we can't do it live. Okay? But hey, you can be a Supergirl too. Strive for that supreme. It can happen. Thank you very much. The Diamond Queen for 2020, September 19th. That's when I got my Diamond Queen. Paula Abdul. Some people say Paula Sutton singer. Paula Abdul. You can do it. God bless. Right there. American Beauties. LOL. That's the crown.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh!
Huh? Right there. Crown of sash. Given by Miss American Beauties. The online virtual is done through camera and media and television. Okay? It has to be recorded and done with tape. It's online, virtual. Not live on stage. That's online. That's television, TV, cinema, movie. Virtual queen, Diamond Queen. It's a diamond. Thank you.